Good morning, everyone. It's that time again. It's the end of November, and this is going to be the second last video of the year. It is. We're into the home straight of 2023. I know I say it every year, but where the hell did this year go? It's just crazy. I think as the years, as you first boo-boo of the day, that's the first boo-boo of the day. I think as you get older, the years go much faster. I don't know how anybody else feels, but yeah, I think they go much faster. To me, a year feels like 6 months. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. And I think at this time of the year, we tend to, I think at this time of the year, you want to reflect back on how your year has gone. I have had a half decent year. I can't complain about this year at all. I have had a half decent. Nothing major has happened to me, but I can imagine that there is people out there that maybe have had a lot of health issues and perhaps bereavements and stuff like that, so they will be glad to see the back of the year. As we know, I come on here and I don't have any pre-arranged script, so I am going to talk about maybe 1, 2, 3 different subjects today, but I am going to be probably a bit philosophical and deep, and anybody that's read my writing will know that my writing is quite deep. I can't do fake. I don't do fake. I just say it how it is, and I write it how it is, and I write it as I feel it, basically. So yeah, as I say, this time of year brings a lot of reflection, and also there's other things in life that bring about reflection as well. And so here's the first part, but again, it is quite deep, and I hope I'm not sounding like really melancholy or maudlin, because that's not the way I'm feeling at the moment. But these things have to be discussed, and it's a topic that I would say it's a taboo subject, because it's not one that everybody wants to talk about, but it is a fact of life that we are all going to leave this world at some point. We're all just basically standing in the line, and we never know when somebody is going to, whoa, hey, it's your turn, you're next. That is the realities. And I was at a funeral a couple of weeks ago, and it brought about a lot of reflection and getting things into perspective about basically there's so many things that arise when you go to a funeral. Not only the harsh reality, the fact that we are all going to, that's where we're all headed, but it also brings about reflections of how short life is, how short it is, and it is, it really is, and it also brings thoughts and reflections of how much time we waste while we're here. How much time we waste while we're here. Because life is so precious. It is very, very precious. As one baby cries coming into the world, somebody else is drawing their last breath. And we waste so much time. We waste it, on so many things that it's just not worth our time. We worry about things and shit that, it never happens. Most of the things we worry about, they never ever happen. We spend our days, we want to, I don't know, I've lost my train of thought, but we spend a lot of time, we waste a lot of time on things that we shouldn't. And I was on one of my other platforms, I made a podcast with regards to the fact that we do waste a lot of time. Don't leave this world with any regrets. The thing that struck me most when I was at that funeral was the fact that when you go to a funeral and it's standing room, people are having to stand at the back, it gives you an idea of how much the person gave to the world while they were here, and it was standing room for this lady because she had given so much to the world while she was here. She was a very generous, kind lady. And I think number one, you should leave this world without regret, but number two, you should also leave a good legacy behind. And for me, my legacy will be my poetry. And hopefully, if my words have touched anybody in any way, shape or form, even at least one person, then I've done my job properly. And other things that I've, when I was, good deeds that I've done, and when I worked as a carer, and when I was a carer, when I worked as a carer, I used to sit with people who were just about to pass away. I used to do that because I know it really does sound like this is a really depressing, maudlin type of video, and I'm not meaning it to be this way, because it's not the way I'm feeling at the moment, despite it approaching Christmas. But yeah, I used to sit with people, because some people, it takes a little while and the family gets tired and they go away and they want to get something to eat or whatever, and yeah, I used to do that. Just, do what you want to do. Do what you want to do with your life. If you want to travel, if, you care about somebody and, you're scared to tell them, or you love somebody and you're scared to tell them, just do it. Don't leave this world with regret. I don't want to leave this world with regret, and hopefully I won't. I mean, I can go leave this world with regret over all the mistakes I've made, but I know I've made like 10,000 mistakes while I've been here, but I don't dwell on them, I don't dwell on the mistakes that I've made. I made them, and it's gone, it's gone, and I've learned from them, and when I talk about mistakes, I don't mean like teensy weensy ones. I mean like whoa, yeah, yeah, like really, yeah, really bad ones. Yeah, don't leave the world with any regret. So yeah, of course. So we know what's coming up shortly, and yeah, hey ho. 24th of December, I think, is, yeah, well, obviously it's Christmas Eve. I'm not sure if I'll make one then. I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to make one. My voice is just really croaky, and I don't know why. Excuse me while I have a drink. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'll make one or not. In terms of, so in terms of my poetry, I know, but the channel's called Poetry and Musing, so you know me, I like to go off, and I like to do deep and philosophical, so, but it's not meant to be a completely depressing video. I'm just talking, which is the harsh realities of life. No use pretending otherwise, you know what I mean? My writing's going really well, really well. There's days when I'm writing like 3-4 poems a day, so we're good, we're all good. I did the flyers thing, and it hasn't made a blind bit of difference to the sales. Although I did get a notification from Amazon. I don't know why my voice has been like really croaky. I do apologise. It's telling me that I had royalties coming, so obviously I must have sold at least one book. That is just on that front, it's just a conundrum that it's like everything else. Some things in life there is no answer to, As long as I enjoy writing, I will always write, because I can't imagine not writing, I really can't imagine not writing. I just love writing that much now, My goals for next year, I would think, would be to improve, obviously, to keep improving the standard of my writing. And I also do want to learn to do the other forms of writing, which up until now I'm not really familiar with. And I feel that 3 years into my writing, I should be able to write more or in a different form than the one that I write, which is probably free verse. I have recently learned to do haikus, and haikus are 5 syllables, 3 lines, and it sounds easy, but actually it's really not that easy. There's so many different forms of poetry, so I think next year that will be my goal, is to try and learn the different, more forms to write with, and expand the way I write. Because I find it really embarrassing when I'm sitting on WordPress and all the other writers are, talking about this and that, and they're posting all these poems in different forms, and I'm looking at it thinking, like, it's like a Chinese puzzle to me. It really is. It's like a Chinese puzzle. I haven't an actual clue what the hell they're talking about. And 3 years down the line, I should. Or at least I should know more than I know now. So that's me facing up and saying, yeah, I haven't I don't think I've done that many shorts in the interim since the last video. I think the last few shorts haven't really been that I haven't received that many views on them. So, for whatever reason, and also lost a subscriber. I lost a subscriber, so yeah, I think I know who the subscriber was. So yeah, I'm looking at the clock and it is 15 minutes, and I'm going to wrap up now. I'm going to read one poem before I wrap up. As I say, I'm not sure if I'm going to post a video on Christmas Eve. I'll play it by ear. I might do. I might come on with a Santa hat and, dressed in as a sexy Santa or some crap like that, I might do that. So I'm going to read one poem before I sign off for today, because I have excelled myself. And I wrote this poem last weekend, and it's called Reflections of Death. And I say again, but don't take it the fact that I am feeling really depressed at the moment, because I'm not, despite the fact that it's coming up to Christmas. It's just another day for me. It comes and it goes, and I take it. I'm in no means depressed. When I write, I don't know where it comes from half the time. I just get a spark and I go with it, and that's it. But if anybody feels that this was a entirely morbid video, I do apologise, and I do apologise for this poem if you think it's so as well. Some questions will always go unanswered as the news of death is proclaimed. We can search amid the remains of memories for apologies that never came, or we can forgive while letting go of the pain. Ourselves we should never blame, unless of course out of revenge we held the blade. Refrain from replaying the tape. Nothing can be changed. The past is gone, and to some people you are only a name. The dregs at the bottom of their glass, and that is okay. If someone can't see your value, slip away quietly, without fuss. Life is too short to waste time on trying to convince anybody of your worth. Death comes to us all. In the silence of grieving, no unspoken word should remain. That is the video for this month, guys. That's nearly 20 minutes. To every subscriber on here, thank you. To anyone that has watched my videos or my shorts, thank you. And anyone that has bought my books, thank you from the bottom of my heart. It really does mean a great deal, and I will always be grateful. Until next time, look after yourselves. Bye for now.